This is my last post of the day. But I want to talk a little bit about businesses right now. What I'm seeing, and anybody in here who wants to correct me if I'm wrong, go for it. What I've been noticing is that since the war started in Ukraine, businesses have been suffering. And it's like common sense, right? But I think we're still in like this disbelief that businesses are struggling, people are saving more, they're investing, that sort of thing. And if you really look at the pieces and put them all together, it's really simple. We need to get our war over. Something needs to be fixed. Put a pin in it for a while. Like, we need to stop funding it, my opinion. And secondly, I think we need to put more money into our economy and into the businesses in our economy so that our economy can flourish again and people can get out of this depression, get out of this brain rot that they sit on TikTok. I post on TikTok, but I don't sit and scroll very often. I will watch the creators that I like, but I don't sit and just scroll anymore, which makes me understand and realize that I'm healthier, right? And I'm able to put my mind and energies into things that actually matter. That being said, people still need to understand that right now there should be special circumstances in place because of what's happening in the world. Thoughts? And I'm sure some of you are thinking, like, who are you and how do you have an opinion about business at all? Well, two things. One, I started working out in the economy when I was 14 years old. My first job was working at a pet store in Minnetonka, Minnesota. And I basically was running the store by myself at 14. They were an older couple and they really, really liked to, I think it was their second business or something. And so I would sit in this shop and I'd maybe get like 3 people a night, but it taught me a lot about how to talk to people. It taught me a lot about inventory. It taught me a lot about people and their love of animals, and it was a great experience. And after that, I started into working in retail. I did a little bit of like assistant managing and key holding, and I was a key holder for an activewear brand, in Portland, Oregon. I don't put these things on my resume anymore because it's been so many years, but I've worked in a lot of different industries and a lot of different jobs, and I've seen businesses go up and down. And then when I was married, my ex-husband is also a businessman, or was a businessman, and he had businesses that we ran together, and I learned a lot about how entrepreneurship is, the journey that is, how to build a business, how it's really like outreach and talking to people and a lot of relationship building and dinners. And, in my 20s, when I lived in Portland, Oregon, I really did do that a lot. Like, we probably ate at freaking every restaurant or steak restaurant back in the day before I was vegan. In Portland. It's insane. But my point is that I have been through an array of different jobs. I have been at almost every stage of development of a job or, a career in that sort of sense. And if anybody who's in this or watching this, I guess, like, understands how it is when people really start to understand business and how it's run, then it starts to get kind of out into the wider scope of like 2020 vision of like, okay, what is happening that's created this and how do we undo it, right? And I think that's partly what's happening right now with AI, and we're trying to let ourselves really like heal and maybe like take a step back and let some of the duties that we haven't wanted to do anymore. I'm rambling now, okay? That's my point. Have a great day.